The proud studio with a legacy that includes Gone with the Wind and The Wizard of Oz now presents a wisecracking murdering doll movie. Wormtongue had so many problems growing up as a Highlander after Sauron bit the dust. Dizzy Dizzy Dinosaur. Seriously, if you ever played that game, f that game. Yes, it's that easy, folks. Movie hopes Godzilla doll will bring it some goodwill from the audience. Movie is wrong. I'm pretty sure even without the demonic chant and the blood of a murdering psychopath, these dolls are probably already murdering psychopaths. If this doll ever found itself in Andy's room would instantly become Sid's room overnight. Damn, it's like the prop guy set out to only populate this toy store with toys and games that disappointed me personally in my youth. Ironic board game shows up to mock shooting victim at the perfect time. Imagine the movie we could have had if he transferred his evil soul to that Godzilla doll we saw earlier. Evil spirit chant to put your soul in a doll consists of 2 short foreign language phrases and then the American phrase, "Give me the power I beg of you!" Demonic Psycho Killer possesses the power of Satan and is still somehow dying from an ordinary gunshot wound. Also, he still needs to use a gun. If you had that kind of power at your disposal, why so pedestrian? Toy Store has a projection screen of fake lightning playing 24 hours a day to scare kids and their parents into impulse purchases. Baby Heathers are also deeply evil murdering psychopaths, but they prefer to use poison. Geez, action figures, football, fire truck, police car, boyish cartoons. This pan across the living room is an orgy of evidence that a little boy lives here.
I saw this one.
Said no kid ever. They have their own cartoon, dolls, and cereal. Maybe it's the company behind Good Guys that is the true evil. But damn, for the life of me, I can't figure out why something like this would be so popular. He's a nice kid? Who cares? Diabetes Kid is diabetes. Life-size Good Guy character is so creepy he makes Barney the dinosaur look like f***ing G.I. Joe. Is this toaster broken, or is this movie so old that toasters didn't automatically pop up the toast when it was done? Either way, f*** that noise. Child acting. We find out later this breakfast is for his mom, but considering what he does when he's unsupervised, how is this kid not already 200 pounds? His metabolism probably also worships Satan, as I'm beginning to realize everything in the 80s did.
Wake up, Mommy, wake up!
This kid is an alarm clock dick to his mom scene is an orgy of evidence that there's no dad in this family. Also, this kid's name is Andy? I'm beginning to think Toy Story was a lot darker than I realized. Holy shit, that is Captain Kirk's 1980s girlfriend from Star Trek 4. Hey lady, small world. One sin for not talking about whales.
Well, what do you think?
Mom teases her 6-year-old son with a huge box that contains pants. Mom teases her 6-year-old son with accessories for the thing that should have been in the big box.
You know that doll that you wanted for Andy? There's a peddler in the alley behind the store.
You know those 2 completely unrelated stories that began the movie? Let's tie those up right now. Also, there's a peddler in the alley behind the store? How did you even find him? What the hell were you doing back there, you little tramp? However, this doll got out of the store and into the hands of the street peddler. Who is the person that put it back in the box? Are you suggesting someone came along and found the mess in the toy store and wisely decided to discard the bloody floor doll, but before doing so took the time to repackage it? This alley is so populated and busy, it's almost not worth calling it an alley.
I think I dated him.
Haha, best friend character has horrible taste in men. Classic.
Are you happy with your job here?
Guy who runs a department store has the balls to ask one of his employees this question.
Oh, Mom, thanks!
Phew. Guess you won't have to worry about your son hating you for life now. Thanks, toothless peddler. Newscasts give you 3 times the anchor for 1/3 the price. Given what we're about to see Chucky do in this movie, why does he even bother with the Buzz Lightyear charade of acting like a toy for so long? Hell, why did he even let himself get sold by a street peddler as a toy in the first place? Why not just go be evil and shit? Also, how lucky is the murderer dude that he chose the most popular doll in the world to leap into? I mean, he'd have been stuck on the toy store shelves for years if he'd happened to put his spirit inside a kitty carryall. Good Guys cake mix. I think someone needs to stage an intervention.
What did Chucky do? Walk into the living room and turn it on all by himself?
Haha, actuality.
I told you she'd be mad at you if you watched the news.
Welcome to hell, Chucky. Also, we're supposed to believe that this is the spirit of Charles Lee Ray in this doll. I know he's crazy, but why did he think he was going to get away with turning on the TV without someone's fake aunt getting pissed off? Chucky runs with the grace and speed of Danny Torrance's big wheel, only without the noise. Chucky hits Maggie so hard she throws herself out the window. Also, it's going to be hard to explain that this is an accident with all these Good Guys products in this house. You can't have a falling death scene without someone crash landing on a truck that should in no way be parked next to an apartment building like this. Random running woman is allowed under the police barricade even though no one knows yet that she lives there.
Oh, miss, whoa, what are you doing?
I live here.
Chicago PD, ladies and gentlemen. No one who cops for a living stops this chick or even remotely notices her.
Mommy!
Why didn't Chucky just go ahead and kill Andy while he was at it? Does he have some sort of morals clause in the pact he signed with the devil? Also, Chucky climbed out of the bed, killed the babysitter, then got back into the bed with the kid and carried on pretending to be a doll? Why not escape right after killing her and go after his accomplice, especially since half this movie he wanders around out in the open and gets everywhere he needs to go without one asshole seeing him? Yes, this kid has a wagon, a mini car, and a whole train set. Why did his mom believe she needed to buy his love with a Chucky doll again? Thankfully, in the huge city of Chicago, the detective investigating her babysitter's tragic death is the exact same detective that was chasing the killer just before his spirit entered the doll that's in this very house.
You, got any idea what these are?
Tiny footprints on the countertop? I mean, I have a young son, so it seems like the most logical response to your question. Also, remember how I just got here?
They look like footprints, don't they? Very small footprints.
There's even an impression of the good guy's logo in this flower, but checking the doll for such things.
What you got on your feet?
Didn't you say you already checked the kid's shoes?
Good guy PJ sneakers.
This company is a monster. They sell shoes for sleeping.
Why are you treating Andy like this? If he says he doesn't know how those footprints got there, then he doesn't.
When did he say that? And when did the cops tell you he said that?
If somebody made those footprints, if not Andy, then who?
I don't know, and I don't care.
I'm sure wherever the murdering child psycho killer is, he's sorry. Look, can't we just put the murder of my best friend behind us? Hasn't it been long enough?
Hey guys, you done?
Is that how this works? The team at the crime scene just leaves when the mom wants them out? Holy shit, there's a character named Sid in this too? Are we sure Toy Story and Child's Play didn't start out as the same screenplay?
What do you think was so important about my sneakers, Chucky?
Man, this kid doesn't even know how to make a proper breakfast, but he's already suspicious about some basic things concerning murder investigations. 6-year-old kid is a better detective than anyone associated with the Chicago PD.
His real name is Charles Lee Ray.
Worldly woman with common sense does not take note that her kid is claiming the doll has the same name as the notorious killer whose name is on the news all the time.
What's he been saying?
His real name is Charles Lee Ray.
Funny how Chucky doesn't talk at all when we see Andy talking to him, but he manages to give Andy the 411 on his real name and whether he wants to watch the 9 o'clock news when we aren't watching. This movie thinks that we don't know the doll can talk for some reason.
He said Aunt Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved.
Man, the ad clearly stated that this doll only says 3 things. What a vulgar and very specific phrase to put in a mass-produced doll like this.
You know perfectly well that you're making this up.
Movie wants us to sympathize with the kid who is telling the truth, but honestly, can anyone fault the mom for taking this hardline stance? I know I can't.
It's 'cause of Aunt Maggie you're yelling at me, isn't it?
Nope, it's because you're a disappointment.
Do you want to sleep in with me tonight?
Honestly, at this point, you don't think the doll did the killing, but you're pretty sure your kid has multiple personalities and probably murdered your best friend without even thinking. If I'm a mother, I'm not sleeping next to this kid unless I'm Norman Bates' mom. Take your life-size doll to school day. Whoa, maybe it's bring your Chucky-specific doll to school day. Take your life-size doll with you while escaping school unnoticed day. How did this kid get on the subway by himself? Does he already have tokens from a mother that is obviously too protective to give him tokens for solo subway rides? Did he have cash on him? None of the adults on this train intervene in the obvious young child runaway situation developing before their eyes. Movie skimps on special effects budget by having the doll whisper everything he says for the first half of the movie.
I'll be right there, Chucky.
So the kid leaves the doll to go tinkle, and that's the moment this guy decides to escape? As opposed to when this kid was asleep the night before? Or when the grungy street peddler was sleeping back before he was sold? Can he not just walk in the cover of night and go mostly unnoticed? And even if not, how could he possibly have known that a 6-year-old kid would be able to escape school undetected, get on a subway train without any adults or subway drivers asking questions, and legitimately find his way to some random address a doll whispered to him? Longest pee ever. If you hear a noise, then fire wildly at it. This is what successful killers do. Gunshots? That must be Chucky. Let's run towards that.
Chucky.
Dumbass killer who shot wildly at a noise a second ago manages to keep his itchy trigger finger in check when it comes to tiny humans. What the hell was he shooting at?
Mommy!
Dude, you just asked her if she'd gone to the school to pick up her son, knowing full well her son was here.
You haven't been to school to pick up your son yet?
Cops are dicks to harmless mothers. Wait, why did Chucky willingly go back to the custody of stupid humans after killing his accomplice and being scot-free? Wait, how the f*** did Andy not only survive the explosion, but also manage to find the Chucky doll in the aftermath? And why did Chucky wait around after turning the gas on instead of just getting out of there?
Mrs. Barkley, my name is Dr. Ardmore. I've seen more than enough.
Jack McGee retired from Hulk reporting to focus his energy on child psychos.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Huge child-sized doll manages to roll underneath what has to be the Arc de Triomphe of couches. Also, why bother letting your secret out now? You could still make them wonder if there's a defect of some sort by not saying anything. A rational human being is now looking for matches and lighter fluid, not getting an update on the doll's couch activities. It's truly frightening that a doll has come to life and appears to have bloodlust. However, in a fight, he's still just a doll, right? He's got arms filled with asbestos and fiberglass, not real muscles. Then, when she does throw him, easily, mind you, she decides to throw him over the couch instead of into the already raging fire. Usually you can outrun an elevator. Even if you're behind, the doors take some time to open. So why is Karen such a failure as a mother? Brake sale. $5,900 per axle. Sounds like a sweet deal.
How I found out the doll was alive.
Karen thinks that any rational human being, and what's more, a detective, will believe this.
All right, don't believe me.
Okay, see you later.
I bought him from a peddler where I work. I'll start there.
That is the stupidest plan ever. I'm not sure I even want to waste any more words on how stupid that plan is. Yeah, no, I don't. Movie teaches us that if you look around for any homeless person in Chicago, you can find him quickly.
Yes.
Let that be a lesson. If the guy sells you a Chucky doll, he's probably also a rapist. Movie teaches us that if you look around for any woman with a huge head start who's looking for any homeless person in Chicago, you can find them ex machina style.
You want to party too?
The script said, just say some random tough cop stuff. We're done writing.
I was the man who killed him.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I hadn't seen anything supernatural and still haven't, and don't believe in it. But yeah, I guess it would have gone a long way to backing up a far-fetched killer doll story. Sure.
7:30, Stony Island, the south side.
Cop tells average citizen information that is surely only for cops. Chucky either waited until now for no good reason to try and kill Mike, or he really thought Mike would be at the police station at this hour and snuck into the car while he got the Charles Lee Ray file. Either way, it's simple as shit. Also, after all this time, Chucky decides to use some sort of tubing to choke Mike instead of using the knife he clearly has later in the same scene. Here's another strong, grown-ass adult that is somehow weaker than a plastic doll. Not only does Chucky have the muscle strength to stab this knife clear through the seat, but he also has the aim of a stormtrooper. Have you thought about maybe stopping the car at this point? Driving the car doesn't give you a life-saving advantage over stopping the car, right?
Hi, Mikey!
Okay, guess my job is done here. See you later. This unnecessary scary scene is brought to you by I could have done this earlier, but we needed to manufacture suspense. A subsidiary of Ronco. After being shot once, which doesn't hurt him, and at a point when the cop can't have very many bullets left in that gun, Chucky decides to stop his murder revenge pursuit and go for coffee. So she was out late at night wandering the streets desperate to find information about Chucky, but then went home and got a good night's rest before continuing her desperate pursuit by going to Charles Lee Ray's house?
Karen,
What an asshole.
after I talked to you last night, I decided to go back to the station and pull Ray's file.
And also, Chucky attacked me in my car, so now I know he's real, but I'm not going to tell you that for some reason.
I learned a couple of things. His nickname was Chucky.
You are the detective who chased and killed this man a few days ago. How in the fuck did you not already know his nickname? Also, you had to read the file to deduce that a man named Charles went by the nickname of Chucky.
And he spent a lot of time with this man.
So I decided to come track you down at this worthless place first, before going over there, and then escort you to that place that might be dangerous later.
You know, I thought something like this might happen.
Dr. Death has his own voodoo doll lying around the house. Why would you have your own voodoo doll?
You have to transfer your soul out of the doll into that of the first human being you revealed your true self to.
Look, I'm all for dolls coming to life after some voodoo ritual. I really am. But in this world of high-end hocus pocus, it's amazing Chucky can only transfer his soul through an arbitrary vessel such as the first person you revealed your true self to.
Well, John, it's been fun, but I gotta go. I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
You know, when you're writing cliche dialogue, you should also remember what it sounds like when you put that cliche dialogue in front of the words 6-year-old boy. Sure, civilian, just go right to the place where the killer doll might be. I'll hang back.
It's the only way through the heart.
My life was lived so that I could be helpful 5 seconds before my death. Damn, if there was only some way we could have gotten here sooner. Random noise outside. Must be Chucky. Since we know child actors are generally not all that convincing, I really think this kid thinks he's gonna die. What the hell did they tell this kid? You're gonna die. We're serving gruel made from your pet puppy later. Chucky manages to open this door without grabbing the handle. Also, Chucky must have taken a quick peek at the troubled child roster somewhere because he picked the exact room Andy is in right away and manages to get through this child psycho war without one asshole seeing him. Luckily, this hospital only uses 3 keys for the entire building, or else Andy might not be so lucky opening doors in this place. What? Andy left him way behind after he ran away from his cell. How did he know to come here, and how did he beat Andy to it?
Ugly doll. You.
Haha, hilarious. I now immediately sympathize with this murdering child's doll. Come on, how did he get to the chimney? You remember this building? I don't even think it's equipped to sustain chimneys, but giving it the benefit of the doubt, Chucky would have had to climb the outside of this building somehow to reach the roof, and then found a way to fit in the chimney opening and climb down. For no reason at all, Andy drops the bat so that Chucky can use it later. Man, people racing to stop an evil spell involving a child with terrible CGI lightning and crazy incantations? Movie unintentionally inspires Ghostbusters 2. Just pulled the demon doll off the lady. Let's throw it. I don't know, should we stab the leg? We should stab the leg.
What's wrong? Gun jam?
Yeah, how will I ever fight this doll with no weapons now?
This is the end, friend.
Man, Andy watched way too many movies when he went to prison. Well, that's the end of the Child's Play movies, that's for sure. What? Slowest stabbing ever. Also, this kid definitely would be screaming at the top of his lungs right now. I think this guy turned 35 at some point during the filming. Of all the movies for a character to have good aim for a change, it's this chick who works the jewelry counter at the department store. Well, that's the end of the Child's Play movies, that's for sure.
It's scattered all over the place.
How the f*** do you know that? You've been lying in this room moaning for basically the entire finale.
But don't touch it.
And so that's the first thing he does.
It's dead.
Oh, come on, is Chucky a gremlin? Does he try to find the most impossible corridors in a place to navigate it? This vent attack is pretty much the most pointless thing ever. Well, that's the end of the child's... Oh, f*** it.
You believe me now?
Yeah, but who's gonna believe me?
Good point. You're all gonna be in the psych ward after this. Huzzah!
Here we go.
Yep, time to leave the doll alone that came back to life 3 times after getting burned, shot, decapitated.
We're gonna go to the hospital with Mike.
Can someone lock down this doll while you do that? Holy shit to humanity. And Chucky was never heard from again. Wait.
Not enough. What else you got?
Wake up! Wake up! Run, rush, and put a little makeup!
And happy birthday.
Pull my string. The birthday party's today?
Did he sound anything like that?
Welcome to the party, pal!
The hell you were, Buster. Your friend was messing up my tanks and messing up my whales.
They like you very much, but they are not the hell your whales.
I suppose they've told you that, huh?
The hell they did.
Where are they?
Killing is making a choice.
Where are they?
And this is the Buzz Lightyear aisle. Back in 1995, short-sighted retailers did not order enough dolls to meet demand.
Andy?
In 1966, Andy Dufresne escaped from Shawshank Prison.
I bought him from a peddler where I work. I'll start there.
That isn't a good part of town to be in at this time of night.
Yes, I'm wrong. I'm never wrong. They are headed dead into the fire swamp.